नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सखगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are able to study Bhagavad Gita every day. So we finished 21 slokas in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Vishwarupa. We are able to understand now about Krishna's Avyakta Murti also. That is unmanifested form, that is Vishwarupa. So that is because Arjuna asked Krishna to show his universal form. So that's what Vishwarupa means, this universal form. This entire universe itself is Krishna's form only. So Krishna says, I pervade this entire universe. That's what Krishna is saying. So that way Krishna has the feelings. Krishna can feel anywhere, like in our body, in our entire body, we are able to feel. If somewhere, if something happens in our body, we are able to feel. So like that, we are conscious. Basically, we are conscious of our entire body. So similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the conscious of this entire universe based on his universal form. But since he is the creation of this universe, so since he created this universe, since Krishna has created this universe, he can also exist out of this universe. That also we need to understand. So he is conscious of this entire universe, but at the same time, he is also, Krishna is saying that Nachamatstani Bhutani Pasyame Yogam Aiswaram. So behold my mystic opulence. So that way, because Krishna is the source of everything, he is within and also outside. Bahir Antascha Bhutana. That's what Krishna is saying that Bahir Antascha Bhutana. Bahir means outside, Anta means inside. Bahir Antasta Bhutan. Acharam Charam Evacha. Acharam Charam. Acharam means which is not moving. Charam means which is moving. So Acharam Charam Evacha. So that way, Krishna is there in each and every atom. Krishna is there everywhere, and Krishna is conscious of everything in this universe. So nothing can exist without Krishna. Natadasti. Krishna is saying that Natadasti means nothing that can exist. So that's what Krishna is saying there. So everything exists in this world. Everything moving, non-moving, everything is there because it's Krishna is actually it's because Krishna is the source of everything. So that's what when Krishna told, Arjuna is asking the question about the universal form, everything. So that way we already studied all these things. So Krishna is saying everything very, very clearly. So in the 10th chapter, sloka number 39, Krishna said that Yachapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna natadasti vinayatsyan mama maya bhutam characharam Krishna is saying that everything, natadasti vinayatsyan maya bhutam characham. So nothing can exist without me. So Krishna is the source of everything. So I am the generating seed of all existence. So bijam tadakam Arjuna. There is no being, moving or non-moving, that can exist without me. That's what Krishna is saying. So that way, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and Krishna is the source of everything, and Krishna is there everywhere. So that's what we understand from this Bhagavad Gita. So that way, when we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita completely, we will know that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead without any doubt. Scientifically. So we understand Bhagavad Gita scientifically. So we need to understand our body is made up of matter. Even though scientifically we are able to study, understand a lot of things, materially speaking, how our body is made up of, and what kind of biomolecules are making our organs, and how to, even we understand how this virus is acting, and how to create antibodies, or how to protect the cells from the attack from the virus. All such things we understand. That is because we have the brain. We have the brain, and the brain is given by Krishna. We need to understand that point. We need to understand that fact. We cannot simply say that, oh, there is no God, there is nothing in this world, so everything just came on its own. So that is stupid. Because we have the brain, especially the human brain, so we have the skills to understand what is happening scientifically. We are able to understand, we are able to deduce the laws. We are able to, the laws are already there. We are not creating those laws. That's what we need to understand. The two masses will attract each other, but that is the law. But that law we are understanding. So that's what we need to know. So apple, which just falls to the ground, that we know by the science. But we need to understand that we are not creating that laws. We are not. Krishna is saying that I am, everything is working under my directions. That's what Krishna is saying there. So, Gamavisya bhutani dharayami aham ojasa. Pushnami chausadigi sarvaga somo bhutva rasatmakaga. That's what Krishna is saying there. So I enter into each planet, and by my energy they stay in orbit. So Krishna has put all these planets and everything in an orbit. So that's why they are going around. Like we are sending the satellites. No satellite, like in the space, what we send it, they just appear on its own. We are doing so much of research, and we spend billions of dollars, and we a lot of people, they are working day and night, and then to send the satellites into the space. Now, this moon is a natural satellite for the earth. And Krishna is saying that I supply the juice, rasotmaka. So rasa means the juice. So the juice for all the vegetables and fruits is coming from the moon, from the moonlight. So Krishna is saying that Gamavisya cha bhutani dharayami aham ojasa pushnami chausadigi sarvaga somo bhutva rasatmaka. So that way, Krishna has already put natural satellite moon around the earth. And the moon itself is revolving around the sun. And the sun, the entire solar system itself is revolving around this Milky Way. This is a galaxy. Basically, in the Milky Way galaxy, it's revolving around. And this entire galaxy itself is going around something. So these are all very, very complicated system, and which is all Krishna is saying that Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. So I am the director. This entire nature, this material nature is working under my direct supervision. That's what Krishna is saying, that Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam. Both moving and non-moving, and everything is working under my direct supervision. That's what Krishna is saying. So that same Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, he descends, he comes to this world, this earth, in the human form. But the fools, they deride me. That's what Krishna is saying. Avajananti mamuda manushim tanumasritam. So when Krishna descends in his human form, the fools He says that fools deride me because they don't understand my superior form. Parambhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheswaram. I am the Maheswara. I am the supreme controller of all the living entities. They don't understand. They don't know. So that's why they deride me. Fools deride me. Avajananti mamuda manushim tanum ashidam parambhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheswaram. But we know. We know it. By Krishna's mercy, we have faith on Krishna. We are not fools. That's what is very important. So we believe in Krishna. We know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna is saying that Mahatmas, Mahatmanastu mam partha, Devim prakritim ashitaham, bhajanti ananya manasa, nyatva bhutadim avyayam. Those Mahatmas, those great souls, they worship me. They take shelter unto me. Mahatmanastu mam partha, Devim prakritim ashitaham. Having taken shelter unto the divine nature, Devim prakritim ashitaham. Bhajanti ananya manaso. They worship me without any deviation, with their mind all the time. Ananya manasa. Bhajanti ananya manasa. Nyatva bhutadim avyayam. Knowing that I am the origin, I am the beginning of everything. That's what Nyatva bhutadim avyayam. So that way, Krishna is everything. Krishna is the source of everything. So we know that, we understand, we know that knowledge. So that way, we cannot simply think or believe that this world is, there is no God in control, there is no God, and this science is great, whatever we are doing is great. If we think we are doing is great, that great skills has come from Krishna. That's what we need to understand. Because with the human brain, Krishna has given us. There is so much of activities are happening inside our brain. So much of communications are happening within our brain. There are so many nerves are connected together in different ways from different organs, different regions within our brain itself. All the time the firing, electrical signals are going this way, that way, communicating all those things, thinking all those things are happening. And to do that, we need blood, we need oxygen. Brain uses most of the oxygen in our blood actually. So that way, we are able to breathe. So our lungs are working. And we need energy. Our stomach is working. Our stomach is digesting. Our intestines are absorbing the food. So our lungs are exchanging carbon dioxide with oxygen. So they are getting oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. So that way, everything is doing their work. All the organs in our body, our kidney is filtering our blood, purifying our blood. So like this, there are even many organs are there in our body. They are all working very well. That's why our karmendriyas are working. That's why our jnanendriyas are working. So we are able to get the knowledge with our working senses. We are able to see, we are able to hear, smell, taste, touch, all those things. And we are able to move our legs, hands, voice, anus, genital, everything. So that is the way we are able to live in this world, and we cannot simply say that, oh, I am great, there is no God, and all such things. So that's all like foolishness. That's all fools. That's what Krishna is very clearly saying many times in Bhagavad Gita, that they are fools. Vimuda. So any intelligent person, any inquisitive person will definitely agree, understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us everything very clearly, that we are controlled by the modes of materialism. We are not in control. We are under control. So we are under the control of three modes of material nature, Maya. So we are forced to act. When we forget Krishna, when we think about material sense objects, then Maya will be simply forcing us to do the job, basically, do the activities. By force, by compulsion, under compulsion. That's what is happening. So we are not free. If our mind thinks about sense objects, we are in trouble. Then we will be forced to commit sins. If we are attached to material sense objects, then we are forced to commit sins. Papam charati purushaka. And when we are not doing anything, and when we are forced to commit sins, and because we are attached to the material sense objects, we go after the material sense objects. So that way, we are becoming responsible for the sins. So we are enjoying or suffering the results. Purushaga Sukadukana Bhoktrutve Hetu Uchade. So we are the cause for our own suffering and enjoyment. Purushaga Sukadukana Bhoktrutve Hetu Uchade. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is the only way for us to get out of this material miseries, what we are facing in this world. Not only in this life, we have already passed unlimited number of lives. Unlimited. Countless. Unimaginable. We have died. We died so many times. So we don't want to again die so many times. Even thinking about death in this life itself is so fearful. It's very scary. Thinking about losing this body, thinking about dying, thinking about leaving this body is so much fearful, so much scary. But if we don't make use of this human life, so that means we are going to die again and again, many, many times, miserably. So that's what is the fact. So we don't want to take another body. That's the main thing. We don't want to take another material body. We should not be taking. For that, we need to make use of this human life. We should study Bhagavad Gita fully, understand Bhagavad Gita, like what we are doing every day. Every day we are studying Bhagavad Gita. We are going through all these slokas. It's what we are doing right now every day. It's not an ordinary thing at all. We are making a great progress, and so many devotees are able to sincerely come join this class every day, join this lecture and understand Bhagavad Gita. We are making progress. We are understanding everything in Bhagavad Gita completely. The way Arjuna understood, the way Krishna taught, the same way we are able to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. So that way we are able to make continuous progress every day, and we are effectively using our time in understanding this Bhagavad Gita. So with this knowledge, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can achieve whatever we want. So Bhagavad Gita is the source of unlimited knowledge, and it is the source of unlimited happiness, and it gives a clear direction in our life, what to do, what not to do. Everything Bhagavad Gita teaches us fully, completely. So just by knowing this knowledge, Yajñātva munayas sarve param siddhi mito gata. So just by knowing this knowledge, many sages in the past have achieved perfection. They have achieved perfection means they are freed from the modes of material nature. They have gone to Krishna's will. So that's what Yajñātva. Who is Muni? One who is not disturbed in mind when there is distress, or one who is not elated when there is happiness. So one who is free from attachment, fear and anger is said to be a sage of steady mind. Dukkeshu anadvignamanaha sukeshu vigatasprihaha vitaraga bayakrodaga stitadir muniruchyate. So dukkeshu anudvignamanaga, when there is distress, one who is not disturbed in mind. Dukkeshu anudvignamanaga. Sukeshu vigatasprihaha, when there is happiness, Sukeshu, one who is not elated, nor so Sukeshu Vigataspriya, who is not jumping around. Vita Raga Baya Krodha, free from attachment, fear and anger. Raga Baya Krodha. Vita Raga Baya Krodha. Sitadir Muniruchati. He is said to be a sage of steady mind. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So that way, How we can do that? Just by getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. How we can achieve this status of not getting disturbed when there is distress, or not elated when there is happiness, and how to free ourselves from attachment, fear, and anger. So that is only Yajnatva. Yajnatva means by knowing this knowledge, by knowing this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So Yajnatva only Munayaga Sarve Param Siddhi Mito Kataga. Many sages, they have achieved perfection. So they have achieved Krishna's way. So now we have got the opportunity to study Bhagavad Gita and enlighten ourselves. And with this knowledge, we can actually understand, realize that we are the soul, we are not the body, and we can go to Krishna's way. We can relieve ourselves, free ourselves from the three modes of nature by surrendering everything unto Krishna, by working for Krishna, by doing all our activities only for the satisfaction of Krishna. Then we can actually go to Krishna's way. So that way, we need to understand more and more about Krishna. We need to live all the time in Krishna consciousness. Each and every minute, each and every second should be actually spent only in Krishna's memory only, in remembering Krishna only, serving Krishna only. So that way, we are very fortunate that we are getting this knowledge, and we finished 21 slokas in the 11th chapter. And in the sloka number 21, what we studied yesterday, in the 11th chapter, in the Vishwarupa, Arjuna told Krishna that Ami hitvam sura sanga visanti kechit bitaga pranjalayo grananti swasti tuktva magarishi siddha sanga stuvanti tvam stuti bigi pushkala bigi. So Arjuna is explaining to Krishna what he is seeing in Krishna's universal form, in the Vishwarupa. So Sura Sangha Visanti, he is seeing all the suras, all the demigods entering in him. So Amihitvam Sura Sangha Visanti, Kechit Bitaga Pranjalayo Grananti. So they are offering prayers unto him out of fear also. So by and Swasti Utvam, and all peace, saying all peace, Swastiti. So saying all peace, Maharishis and Siddha Sangha. So all the Maharishis and perfected beings. So they are praying, they are offering prayers, they are singing Vedic hymns. That's what Stwantitvam, Stutibhi, Pushkalabhi. So by offering flowers, so Pushkalabhi, so they are singing. Then in the next sloka, what we are studying in the sloka number 22 in the 11th chapter, Arjuna is continuing. Rudraditya vasavo ye cha sadhya Visveshinau marutas chosmapascha Gandharva yaksha surasiddha sangha Vikshante tvam vismitas chaiva sarve. So already Krishna said earlier, everything, I am the Rudra, I am the Vasus, Maruti, Marichigi, Marutam, Asmi, all the things, Vasus, everything Krishna said in the 10th chapter. So in the 10th chapter, Rudra, I'm the Rudra, Adityanam, Aham Vishnu, Rudranam, Sankarascha Vasunam, Pavakascha all those things, Marichigi, Marutam, Asmi, all those things Krishna said. So in the 10th chapter, in the Vibhuti Yoga. So that's what Arjuna is asking, to show Krishna's universal form. You said all these things yourselves. Now you show how you are all these things. So that's what Arjuna is asking. So here Arjuna is able to see in Krishna's universal form, Arjuna is able to see all of these things, all Rudras. So that's what manifestations of Lord Shiva, Rudras, Adityas. There are 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, and Vasus. So Rudraditya, Vasavo, Yecha, Sadhya, and Sadhyas, and Visvesvinav, Marutas, Chosmapas. So Aswini Kumaras, Viswadevas, Aswini Kumaras, Maruts, and the forefathers, Usmapa means the forefathers, Usmapaham. Then Gandharvas, Yaksha, Asura, Siddha. So Yakshas, Asuras, Siddhas, all these groups of all these things in assemblies, Sangha. So that's what Gandharva, Yaksha, Sura, Siddha, Sangha. Vikshante tvam vismitas chaiva sarve. Vikshante means I am seeing. So in wonder. So I'm seeing Vikshante Tvam Vismitaya. You are in your wonderful universal form. Vismitas Chaiva Sarve. So in everywhere, in your wonderful universal form, everywhere, I'm able to see all of them. So all the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, and everyone I am seeing, Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Visvadevas, the two Aswini Kumaras, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. So that's what in the universal form Arjuna could see. All of them are actually beholding Vikshante. Vikshante Tva means they are beholding you. So beholding you in wonder. Vismitas Chaiva Sarve. So that's what Arjuna is able to see in the universal form. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we successfully finished the sloka number 22 today in the 11th chapter. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we will discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.